Okay, I'm live. What's good, people? Hello, YouTube. It's been a minute. It's been 4 days. And the weather here is some kind of something, to be honest. It's a bit cold and it's rainy, but it's warm now, but a bit chilly. Um, yes. How's everybody doing? As I wait for everybody to start coming in. Woo! It keeps saying something about that. So there we go. It's actually nicer outside of my room, but it's a bit cold, so I'm just gonna chill at the Airbnb. Feel me? Um, whoa, the glare. Okay, so I want to go over a few things. I know I'm just looking. I don't really care. I'm in the middle of moving, so it's just kind of how it's going. First thing I want to say, I think it's on Wednesday. Then the next thing, I think this is Travis Green playing. Yeah, Travis Green. He's amazing. How do we talk about this? I've had some pretty interesting dreams, and I wasn't sure if I should share it. You know, we always got to take everything up first and make sure it's something we can share. Um, let's just get started. So, the first dream that I had, and I did share this before when I was at a cafe not too long ago, but yes, when I was at this cafe, it was, okay. I had a dream that there was a person I knew, and everything I was doing, she was like following afterward. I took this as a warning about it. And I just want to remind you guys, try to keep your mouths closed. I mean, this is like the same message I keep sharing over and over and over again. Keep quiet, keep quiet. But there's a different shift. Things are changing a lot. And there's, let's see, it's like, oh, I want to show you this real quick. Isn't this so cute? This is, oh my God. Okay, let's just put that there. Okay, anyways, so I needed to take a little time to be alone, just for a few days. So I'm just chilling here. Um, and so it was just really important for me anyway. So the dream, this woman was following everything I had done. She's doing it. Oh, I want to do that too. Oh, I want to do that too. Oh, I want to do that too. To the point where I woke up in the morning and I was feeling unsettled. I was literally unsettled. I woke up praying in the morning. So I want to just remind you guys, this is why you want to keep quiet. There's no such thing as people stealing an idea. That can't happen. That can't happen. There's 1,001 romantic movies out there. There's a Titanic. There's a Notebook. There's a Grease. There's a Dirty Dancing. No one can really take their idea. There was Lyft first, or there was Uber, and then there was Lyft, and then there was Grab cars. Apparently, Grab is not available in Vietnam anymore, so I'm trying to stay up to date on the world events. But let's go back to the dream. Reload. So, people can't steal your dreams, but they can try to take their own take on it. The truth is, these things won't last long. The next dream was actually quite disturbing, and I didn't even. I woke up and I didn't even want to write it down. It was so like it just like it bothered me so much. I didn't want to write it down. So let me just get to it. There we go. The lighting should be a bit better. There we go. Somebody's cooking something garlicky, and that smells so nice. Um, the next dream had me really concerned that I really did not want to talk to anyone yet. Yet at the same time, I'm being shown that, like really have a lot of this happiness shared outward, right? Sometimes it's just best to let people believe you're still doing bad or not say anything at all. Because, yeah, when we talk about a harvest, let me just look this up real quick. Okay, okay, so let me share this. Let me see where this comes from too. This was, oh, okay. Okay, so the biblical takeaway for this is Luke chapter 1, verse 24. So, Elizabeth, why are you hiding? She became pregnant. After Zechariah came home from the temple, he had marital relations with his wife, and she becomes immediately she acts on her belief that she's become pregnant without any physical evidence. So she's not actually physically pregnant, but she is pregnant, like maybe the first trimester or so. Usually, this is why people don't say anything. So, in these dreams, I just kind of want to share with you, unless it's necessary, unless it's a marketing tactic for your business that okay, hey, I need to go on social media and share I have this upcoming, but just telling people what you're doing is not a good idea. I would just, unless it's a reason that, maybe followers, friends can share stuff, it's important. But this is why I keep sharing it. I feel like this might be the message of the remainder of this platform. Even in your season of fruitfulness, just keep quiet. I had some situation of flying monkey. I'm not sure if you all understand what that is, but in a very toxic household, in a narcissistic dynamic, in a very toxic dynamic, which toxic is you need something and you're not allowed to grow out of this box. You express your needs and you cannot share it. It's real. It's just best to keep quiet. So I experienced a lot of spiritual attacks the past week and a half. And so I just want to share this to the remainder of you guys that flying monkeys is that as you're like, okay, let me just give you this example. I grew up in a house and we don't talk about our problems outside of the house. So what used to happen was, um, let me close my door because it's freezing. You can go with me. It's starting to get really cold. So yes. So I grew up in a house and you just kind of keep quiet. You don't say anything. You just kind of, but your parents don't have a fight. You just kind of act like nothing went wrong. So it's important, like in this season, what the heck? This season, it's so important to keep quiet. In my family, there were flying monkeys. So where I know that I wouldn't have, nobody else from the outside would have said anything, I want to keep really quiet because sister and you're in contact with your younger sister. So what happens is maybe you have a gift and you just don't want to accept anything from the people that you just want to cut off. The person who is in between both of you will be like a monkey going back, taking both sides or only just picking one side. Thanks to you, mom. Now it becomes your responsibility when it should be the two of you. If these people were following their own rules, it would have been between them, right? So it's just kind of annoying. So I dealt with a few flying monkeys a lot in my own process of keeping quiet. And it's not as hard as we think. It's really not as hard as I thought. It was actually I made a life for myself. And I don't think anybody who was in my former life would have known how to do um, some of the things that I had done, some of the things I had learned, some of the ways I learned to communicate with people. So it's really important during this time with the flying monkeys and for Luke chapter 1 verse 24 to just keep quiet. You may be experiencing a lot of fruits in your life, but you cannot tell anybody about it because it's passively on Instagram. How many family members do you have that are going to go and be flying monkeys? I dealt with that too. Oh, so and so just came over, and I'm just kind of like, I know that wasn't them telling me. It was this other family member saying, "Oh my god," and it just, I guess that's where they're at. But if they were following their own rules to just don't say what happens within the family, then you're doing great. But it's an illusion of something. So, it's just really important to know that things are changing, but you want to still be sober and vigilant and still kind of graceful. It's kind of a line. I mean, to be honest, I feel like it's something I'm still learning daily because it just feels like something I'm completely still learning daily and kind of like um a lot. But when I think about some of the things that I have done up until now, I'm like, wow, I learned to be very gracious to myself and just like very accepting and supportive and being my own best friend at this time. I have cheerleaders, I have friends who root for me in my corner, I have mentors, I have associates, advisors, but sometimes you can't even tell them everything, right? Like, one of my mentors, he just talked about this often. We have to keep taking time out. Not everybody knows every part that you're going through. So, for this, I want to tell you guys this is why you want to be quiet. You really want to be quiet because yeah, it just is not as easy as we want to believe. It's not as not everybody's for us. Not everybody's rooting for us, even if they are our own blood. Their relatives, they're not family. Family is chosen. And be careful with your friends at this time. Like, this is why it is so most important, like 110%, to be most cautious. I mean, still in the air of fun, but the right amount of vulnerable, right? Just remember, if you have a place where you can be extremely vulnerable, you don't really have to be that giving in most of these relationships in terms of everything that you're going through. So remember that there is a line. I mean, I had one friend who she just like assumed this role as practitioner and wouldn't say anything to anyone. And then at the end, she was like, "Well, actually, I was going through a divorce." And I was like, "What? That's huge." I not to say that, not to say in the beginning, "Hey guys, I'm going through a divorce, and I just want to say, if I'm not here, I'm not here." But where it's relative, where people can support you, not to the point where after and then it's like over and done. So, excuse me, you guys, like my throat is so like cold. Our lips, um, the floor is cold. I forgot to put on socks. I was just gonna get some shoes on, and then I was like, go live now." So the other portion of this, I'm going to speak to those of you who maybe your family situation was not a hallmark moment, and so these like days for some people is like hallmark days. I honestly would not have known anything because my life has not changed that much, but I got a few messages or friends like, saying, hey, like, I need to go out. This is not the best day for me. And hey, I get it. But there's a salute to you. You have a father all in heaven who absolutely is not going to treat you. I mean, I heard it's just been really hard for a lot of you. So just want to address that this day is it's it's all right. It's all right. You guys will make it. You've done amazing so far. And it's just a day, to be honest. And not to minimize it or to make it seem like, what you're going through is not so much. But, excuse me, oh my goodness, is really like the congestion is real. So what's happening is changing from season to season. So that's what's going on. All right. So let's get to the next piece, okay? Um, as you all are still going through this season, we are still going through our corporate fast. We have yet like about a few days left in our corporate fast. So I want to, it's Daniel fasting. You're just eating fruits and vegetables. But I'll teach you guys all kinds of recipes. I actually just moved from my other place, which was this immaculate chef's kitchen, which I just made so much food. It was so nice. I made like vegan. I made vegan Alfredo, fettuccine Alfredo, and what happened was I ended up boiling cashew nuts and my best friend's nutritional yeast, and lots of garlic. So I smelled garlic, and I was like, "It smells like my food from last night." It smells really good, and a vegan pie, which is all within the what is allowed in Daniel fasting. So you can have vegetables, nuts, and things like that. So this was banana, avocado, walnut, and some cacao. So, so good. So the next thing I want to address is some new soon. So I do want some of you to you. Oh, excuse me. I want you to hang on, and you're just going to see some like nice, interesting things, because it's just there's so much happening on this end right now. It's like a lot to keep up with, and including like learning multiple languages in one day at a time, and all the things that we do within a day, right? Within our business, within all of our relationships, within our all of our relationships, our relationship with God, our relationship with our everybody else that we come in contact with, and all the things that we have to do for our personal selves and like self maintenance. So it's a lot. Yeah. So lots of changes. Um, saying connection is unstable. I think what's going to happen is it's going to disconnect itself. One moment, please. I really need socks, and I need tissue, and I need a book, which is behind me. Wonderful. All right. So I think that's the most important thing, uh, is to stay tuned for some of those changes and stuff. I'm really excited about some of the things that are up and coming. And how is everybody doing out there? I hope you guys are having fun, staying warm. If you're in a warm location, it's the end of June. It's June 20th. Oh yeah. So I want to let you know that the Chosen, which I've been watching since last year. I had my friend John Beasley. He's amazing. If you get a chance, please go back and watch that recording. We had a little interview of one of my luncheons, and he was a speaker, and so he's amazing. He's a pastor at a local church. That was sometime last year, almost a year from now. Wow, this is like time has flown by so fast. So Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just want to drop in, tell you guys, hang in there, let you know that this is, everyone's coming out with these household enemies and the moving and information. So I wanted to speak to most of you all who are in transition. It's okay. Um, the journey is exciting and there's a feeling of just goodness coming, right? If you're in a season of, oh, shoot. Or a season of, okay, this is great, I'm excited, or a season of just kind of being hidden, or a season of fruitfulness. So if you can, just hide your success as much as you can and spread it only to the most relevant people. Because people don't need to know. And to be honest, half of them don't even care. Some people, like, as I'm looking through some of these Facebooks, everybody's like, my first house. And I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm like, you probably, like, if you're not an S Corp, it is like the worst time to buy a house. Like, this is the worst time. But I'm really happy for you. And it's hard not to want to spread the happiness, and it's normal. But half of these people don't care. There's more people that Cassandra Mack shares will come to your feeding the children. And so this is important. Okay, so you're we're getting told that we're getting rest from battles. There's a lot of amazing things happening. People are getting rest from battles. However, it's not what you think. Everyone is moving in different places. I really want to really harp on the fact that everyone needs to take a time out of all of your relationships so you can just focus on two of the most important ones. And maybe three: the relationship with yourself, your relationship with God, and the relationship that you have to your vision, right? So it's not a bad thing. It's just sometimes when things are so good, you need to still take a moment to step back. Sometimes everybody always wants to stay when everything is so good. That's great, but it's so good to take a time out when things are so great. Yeah, because this is where the enmeshment happens, right? So hide your success. Remember this song, All Glory Belongs to God. It's Derek Haddon. Let me grab my speaker right quick. Oh, you. Oh my goodness. I'm like straight up cold. I am straight up cold. Okay. Comes from. Okay, yeah. I don't know. I might even be demonetized or something like that much later, but yes, so this is pretty much it. I think that's all I needed to say. Uh, you guys take care of yourselves, take your timeouts, focus on your mission, okay? Not so much people, because they're going to come and go. Really, not the relationships, not the investments, but just like the mission. Stay focused and plug in. Things are so good, really, for most of you, but it's still important to just like, wait, this was really fun. Hold on, I gotta just like, just give me 5 minutes or 5 days. Make sure you keep doing that, all right? Aside from that, I think that's it. Have an amazing Sunday. And remember, don't let one go by without fasting. It's just take the whole day to just don't drink anything but water. Maybe, yeah, just water. Um, yeah, I'm gonna read to you some of the upcoming messages I've been getting, but it just wasn't time to share any of those yet. You know how it goes. We gotta work on his timing. We got to work on his timing. You guys take care. I will see you soon. And hang in there. It's just stay focused on your purpose, on your mission. You guys got this. Stay gracious, polite, and don't involve yourself in anything that is, if it's not supporting you to get where you need to go, if it's draining you. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me tell you this quick story right quick about toxicity. Belongs to God. All right, so a few days ago, I ended up meeting this person on the street, and the second that I met her, I was like, "Oh, familiar spirit." Quick like this, and I was like, "Okay, this is not good. Like this is not something that no." We went out one day. She was asking me for help for like finding some shoes here, and I was like, it's cool. I live here for a little bit. I can like help you, understand a few things. What's up? What do you need? And I was on my way to dinner, and the way she kind of was like, oh, I'm on the phone. I'm like, look, I got stuff to do. I just was happy to have 5 minutes to help walk you here so you can enjoy this dinner. Everything succeeding after meeting her become worse and worse and worse. And while I don't drink anymore, I still understand the feeling of what hangover is. And this one time we had this interaction, and she was just kind of like really, really dumb. I mean, she was really dumb. Like things would go in her ear, you would say something and go out. She just wasn't good. I believe in her spirit she was a witch. And she wasn't happy until something negative was happening, and it was like, got it. There, that kind of energy is something I had felt from somebody in my own family. And so I want to remind you, just kind of keep quiet. Don't really let people know about some of the things that you're doing. But there's wickedness out there, okay? This is why I'm just sharing with you this, not because we're like celebrating, oh, look what happened, but because we have the discernment. So let's just go ahead and put that in advance, that we pray for everybody's discernment, that during this season, that you will be given discernment during this time, that you will know who and who not to open up to, who to share your gifts with. And unfortunately, or fortunately, because I've been getting a lot of messages from before in my Gmail, that you guys had received like, is even your family. So this is a good thing if you left. Like I got a lot of messages like, oh, my family, my family. And I feel like, I want to help you and I'm not really sure how. So I want to speak to you guys in this live stream. That yeah, it was actually, so you're thinking of going no contact, or my message on the beach. So I'll do a video about that a little later. Once I clean myself up, I've just been like in the middle of a lot of really like these fun things, and I just took out my hair. So neither here nor there. Let's get back to it. Just be careful, okay? Just be really careful. These people are not doing this to celebrate this, but just to remind you that this is still a battle, and you don't need to sleep. Sometimes things are going so good, you still have to take your time out and go into your places of secret and do what you need to do in secret. You need to go into your place, and even if you were praying before, like make sure you are going all night. Make sure that midnight prayer is on point. You go for 3 hours, speak in tongues if you need to. Do like maybe if you have to, 3 hours of it. Make sure whatever you do, this is still a spiritual battle. Okay, so it's not like things are going to get any easier just because your season may change. There are still going to be battles, but like make sure you're recording your dreams and you're in a space. Even if the people are very supportive of you, there's still things you have to keep secret. Okay? Your relationships, keep that quiet. Where you're traveling to, if you're going on a quick vacation, keep it quiet. Start posting those images maybe 4 weeks after you come back. Or maybe half of the vacations you don't post, you don't tell anybody. You just disappear. So this is also highly important, and I just really I feel like I can't harp on this enough. Marriages have, I mean, some of you are saying, hey, I'm engaged, and don't tell anybody until maybe even the wedding. If you want to keep it quiet, keep it small. Don't tell anyone if you're pregnant. Keep it quiet. I mean, this is really heavily placed on my soul. I just want to reach out to you guys and tell you that. Remember Luke, excuse me, Luke 1:24. All right. So you definitely want to Luke 1:24 through 26. I'll read this to you real quick. Now after the days, his wife Elizabeth conceived, and she hid herself 5 months, saying, thus the Lord has dealt with me in the days then he looked on me to take away my reproach among people. Now, in the 6th month, the angel Gabriel was sent by God into a city of Galilee named Nazareth. So we can keep going, but after his wife Elizabeth became pregnant and for 5 months remained in seclusion, the Lord has done this for me, she said. In these days, he has shown his favor and taken away my disgrace among the people. In the 6th month of her pregnancy, God sent the angel Gabriel to Nazareth in the town of Galilee. So I mean, all of these are in different versions, but you just want to keep quiet. You just want to hide yourself a little bit. This is not the big reveal. Just because you feel good and things are amazing, it's still not the big reveal. Okay, so you will know when the big reveal comes, but just get to your place in quiet and share what you need to. It's not yet time. You're still gathering, okay? That's it. It's not yet time. You want to keep hyper vigilant, but I feel in this season you can have a little bit of ease, but you just want to keep quiet. Keep quiet. Keep quiet. Keep quiet. Keep quiet. This is Tasha Cobbs, by the way, okay?